Hi folks, sitting on the motorway on my way home from work. Just thought I'd record a short video about the HMVP bar ends that I've fitted onto my 2017 RT. I'll put a little bit of a video in showing how I fitted them. You can see it's pretty simple and straightforward. And after that I'll come back with my first impressions.
So I've just set up the kitchen scales just to have a look at what the actual difference is in weight between the two. I've left the bolts in so we can get an actual test. So I've put the original BMW end weight on. That's coming up at 260 grams. So if we take that and replace it with the new one, it's coming up at 510 grams, so it's almost twice the weight of the original bar end. Quite what that will do to the harmonics and the vibrations on the handlebars, I don't yet know. I guess I will know that once I've fitted them. So that's what to do next, is get on and fit the new ends onto the bike. Taking the existing bar end off is pretty easy. I've got a breaker bar here, but actually the bolt's pretty loose. In truth, I was expecting it to be tighter. I thought BMW would have put thread lock or something like that on it, but no, that came away really easily. Using a T45 Torx to just remove the end of the bar, and as you can see, it's coming out pretty easy. Yep, there we go. I would have preferred to use the BMW bolt with its Torx head, but as pretty obvious that's not going to work. There's just no way that'll fit from a length perspective. So I'll use the bolt that came with the bar end. Just thread that in. It's got a compression washer on it. The instructions do say to use thread lock on these, and once I'm satisfied that they're working okay, I will whip them off and put some thread lock on. As you can see, they're not exactly difficult to change over. So this one is a hex, a 6mm hex drive. So just putting that in, and I'm just going to lock it up. And that's it. So as you can see, really pretty simple. Now just to do the other side. So that's the other bar end fitted. Just as easy as the first one. We can just see how both of them look now. Look a little bit weird to me because I'm used to the OEM bar ends. I don't think they look particularly out of place. A little bit disappointed with this bar end. I don't know if you can make it out. There's a couple of small marks. They seem to be plastic coated. And the other one's absolutely fine, no marks on it. This one's got a number of marks through the plastic to the metal underneath. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. It doesn't look like it'll rust, but it's just a little bit disappointing. But in the end, nobody but me is going to notice it. So I'm not going to get too worried about it. And given the trouble that it took importing them from the US and customs and so on, I really don't think I'm going to try getting them exchanged just for a couple of nicks in the plastic. So yeah, there you go. Next step really will be to see what it's like on a ride in terms of the vibration coming up through the bars.
So welcome back. I fitted the bar ends a few days ago now, and I've had a chance to do a mix of riding some back roads and motorway cruising, and so far I'm quite impressed. I tend to do most of my cruising speed between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, and since I got the bike it has been quite vibey, which means that if I'm doing a lot of riding with long cruising stretches, then I've tended to get a bit of a numb right hand. I just have to move it around, flex it a bit. I'm sure you know what it's like. But since I've fitted the new bar ends, the vibration hasn't completely gone away, which is great, so there's still some feeling coming up through the bars. But I'm not getting the numb hand anymore. I'm not really feeling the strong vibration, so it's definitely a marked difference. So definitely worth fitting from my point of view. Total cost was about £100, and that includes the customs VAT charges from the Royal Mail to import them from the US, HMVP were the only company I could find online that did bar ends for the RT, so limited options for comparison. But as I say, I'm pretty pleased with them. Kind of got used to how they look now, and they're doing what I wanted them to do. So I guess that's it really, just a short little review, and hopefully that helped anybody who's thinking about getting the HMVP bar ends and fitting them onto their RT.